Hello. I assume you're here because you're like me and you own one of these. This is the Cowon C2 MP3 player. Perhaps the greatest musical device ever invented. And your problem is probably like mine. It doesn't do anything anymore. Like me, at first you probably gave up on your poor Cowon, and then you scoured the internet to try to find another one that you could purchase. And you discovered there are no more to purchase. And if you're lucky enough to find one on the eBay or something like that, they want something ridiculous like $900 for one of these. And the scary thing is, it's so good that you actually considered trying to find a way to buy it. But all is not lost. If you're like me, your Cowon is repairable. First step is to take your fingers and press along the edges here and see if that might actually restore any of, oh look, it worked, of the functionality. Now I'm pressing here in the lower, what is that, right corner of the Cowon, and now my screen works again. I did a lot of Googling on repairing screens, and I found a nice site where some fellows were describing repairing their GPS system that they use in their car. And they said that it was a resistive type touchscreen. I do not understand how these things work, but apparently there's a glue that goes around the edges of the screen that is also a conductive material that in some way registers where you touch this screen, and that's certainly not a good sign. This one may be completely gone. But it's able to register where you touch the screen, and that glue apparently breaks loose over time. Now these fellows repaired theirs with a hairdryer. They heated it up, put pressure on it, let it cool, and everything stuck back together just fine. I've taken this one apart, tried the hairdryer trick. It worked for about 10 minutes. I also tried actually using a cigarette lighter on it. That didn't work either. So in the end, I ended up putting some foam rubber beneath this black plastic here, so that when I put it back together, it applied pressure in the right point, so that the glue or the conductive material or what have you there would make contact. Now, the scary part might be taking the thing apart, but it is not that difficult. It's not working anyway, so it's nothing to be afraid of. Let me turn this thing off, hopefully. It's going to go off, good. So what you're going to need is a set of screwdrivers. If you look in the end of your Cowon where you plug in your USB port, there's a couple of little screws on either side. Those are what you're going to need to remove. Unfortunately, my eyes are not what they used to be. So I have a very tiny Phillips head screwdriver, and apparently that's not the right head. So I have a different one, as if you can see it. Alright, screws coming out. It's stuck to the end of my screwdriver. If I get the other screw, you can fast forward through this, but then of course you're going to miss my stunning, stellar dialogue, or actually this is a monologue, I suppose, seeing I'm talking to myself. And this screw, of course, doesn't want to come out. Sounds like it may have the head stripped on it. This is not the first time I've had the damn thing apart. I can't see well enough to even tell if that head is turning anymore. My daughter's over here trying to go through the door without getting on the camera by crawling across the floor here, see? At least she's considerate, huh? Well, damn it. Alright, I'm going to turn you off for a minute while I get this damn screw out. Alright, I got the screw out. We're not going to get into what I had to do to get that screw out. Let's just say it involved fire. So, once you get your screws out, this thing should just crack open. There you go. Just comes right apart. One side over here is your battery. Over here are the electronics for your player. Now, let's see, there are 2 screws in here that we're going to take out. See that right there? That's not the screw. Neither is that one. They're back up in here in these holes. Watch these screws not come out either. Probably wouldn't be a good idea to put fire up inside of there. But yeah, alright, that screw's coming. Hey, might want to watch this, huh? I have no idea if you're able to see what I'm doing or not, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay. Alright, they don't want to fall out. They're ready to go. Now, if I recall correctly, and I may not, the screen should just come right up out of here. Perhaps this screw here needs to come out as well. Alright. That's it on the screws. I do not recall this being so much trouble the last time. I probably put it back together with glue, knowing me. Alright then, so maybe these 2 screws here and here did have to come out. I don't remember. We'll figure out what's holding her together here in a minute. Ha! Mine's even powered on. There it comes. It's just being aggravating. Mine's turned back on, but that's alright. Right here is the faulty area on mine. Can you see this? Hey, look at that. So, see, the screen's not working, but if I was to press here, now nothing's going to work. It's very good. So anyway, mine may be completely dead. But this, as you can see along the edges here, it's where the thing is glued together. That's the part that fails and leads to its death. Yeah, I'm not feeling very confident at this point that it's never going to work again. Ah, whoa, look, it's trying to work. So it's starting to fail in a different area now than where it was failing. Very good. So the area is up here. What I'm going to do, like I did last time, I'm just going to glue some foam along the edges here and put the thing back together and hope for the best. Now, another thing I've just done, because I like playing with fire, I've taken my lighter and I've heated the edge of this black plastic. Then I take my thumbs and try real hard not to scream out loud because it's hot and it hurts, but push the edge in. How? So that when it cools, it's pushing in just a little bit more than it used to. That'll help provide a little more pressure along that edge where the system's failing. Now, I've got this all apart. Don't know if I have any foam rubber anywhere or not. I'm going to go look at the kitchen. Alright, back. Look at what I found. Kitchen sponge. And a knife sharp enough to slice it. Because I know you want to see this. Now you can see, sliced off a chunk. It's about 3 millimeters square. And just going to put it in here like that. What the hell? I'm being attacked. It's a giant cat monster. These things I have to put up with in this house. So anywho, you just stick it in there like so. And then we're going to hope for the best when we put it back together. But I'm not going to stop there. I'm just going to go ahead and do all 4 edges of it. And you may as well do that too. Alright, I'm back. Got my little pieces all cut up. Ready to go. Now, I went and got some glue out of my glue drawer. Somebody's been in my glue drawer. Stuff's not where it's supposed to be. But I'm going to use a little bit of No More Nails. I've got some glue for plastics that might work, but I'm a little bit leery that it might melt the foam rubber instead of actually gluing it. So I'm going to just put a little bit of this on a Q-tip. Now, we're not going to get crazy. You just need enough glue really to make the inside of this kind of sticky so that your foam rubber stays put while you're putting it back together. Once it's back together, I don't think your foam rubber is going to go anywhere. So this is just enough to help you get it back together, because Lord knows, if you're like me, you've been aggravated enough lately. You don't need any more aggravation out of your Cowon player. Now I'm going to stick my foam rubber in there. Make sure you don't cover up your screw holes, then you might be screwed. I made a joke. Did you get that? Alright. Almost ready to put the son of a bitch back together, but there you go. Got it all lined and looking pretty. Now the not too fun part, getting it all back together. Let me turn this camera so you can watch this fine, delicate surgical process. Now I'm going to actually unplug my battery here so that I can manage this piece by itself. You've got all your USB ports and jack holes and stuff. It's got to go in there, those holes, like so. And look at that, what a bunch of shit. I'm missing a screw, of course, but that's par for the course, eh? Okay, that one's in. I believe this is the one that's fallen out. And there it goes. Thank goodness for slight magnetism. Put these last two screws back in, which probably didn't need to come out in the first place. And we'll put the bower on and see if we had any luck. See whether I post this video or have a screaming, crying, cursing fit. Ain't that pretty. Okay, the battery. Thing should only go in there one way. Okay, we're all back together. Now let's power her on. C2. Loading. Look at that. It works. All right. Never underestimate the power of foam rubber. If I can remember exactly how this snapped back together. I believe you put the rear end in first, and then snap the rest of her in. And let's see, this is the buggered up screw, so screw you. This is the good screw. So we will take the good screw, put it in the good screw hole, screw it back in. take the bad screw and drop the son of a bitch. Take the bad screw. Take the bad screw. So much for magnetism. Well, see if we can just put the bad screw in the hole with my butterfingers. Probably not. Gonna need some tweezers. Hey, look at that. Nope. Nope. Yep. Maybe. Maybe. If I can only see. There we go. Bad screw back in the hole. That's not screwed in, it's just pushed in because those threads are stripped, but at least it'll hold that piece together. If you look closely, you can see I have some foam rubber in the way of my little memory chip hole, but I never use that, so it doesn't matter. Alright, back on. Ding. Ding. Come on, come on, come on. Look at that. Music. And there it is. Girl from the North Country. Bob Dylan. Excellent. Got all my controls back. Everything. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. And go and put your Cowon together. Now what I'm going to do here in a moment, but I'm not going to show you because I will probably screw something up good, but I'm going to take me an X-Acto knife and I'm going to trim this foam off, even though it is rather stylish and attractive and will make your Cowon distinctive. Have a good day.